So let's get into the mailbag question. The first mailbag question is from Agapi Tsiala, who writes, "Hi, I'm starting a manga, but I'm a bit troubled. Most times when I read manga, they have huge successes by the first chapter, so I wonder, apart from the storyline, does the cover and the title you will use play any role to attract attention?" And my other question is, wait, let's just first answer the first question. If the cover and title will also play a role to attract attention to the audience, apart from the storyline. Well, first of all, thank you, Agapi Tsiala, for sending in your question. It's a very good question. Yeah, it will affect. It will affect if people will pick it up. You probably heard the expression, never judge a book by its cover. But unfortunately, and I don't know if I really mean that, by the way, unfortunately, but it happens. I'm a visual. I'm a visual. I've got a visual. I'm a very visual person. Let's keep it with that. If I go to a movie or I pick up a book or any manga, I look at its cover. And let's just start with, there's a side when you are getting published and you do it yourself. That's really two different things, because if you do it yourself, you all have to do it by yourself. You have to make your cover, you have to think about it. But if you're getting published, my guess is the publisher or the editor will help you, or maybe guide you, or even pick out what goes on the cover. Because what's on the cover is the part that has to do with sales. And don't forget that publishing and making manga and getting success with manga is still a two-part thing. There's the story, and there's well, the artwork and all that stuff, the creative perspective, and there is the selling perspective, the real marketing and business strategies, and that's where the publishing comes, and that's the part afterwards. Now that last part, the selling and the marketing stuff, that's a really task on its own. If you're not known with how to sell or how to do marketing or and all that stuff, and you can find someone else who's really has that knowledge, then you can leave it to that person. And that's, in that case, if you're going to publish, it will be your editor, your publisher, or whatever, and leave it up to them, because they know their craft. They know what to put there just to attract more viewers, more of the target audience they're going for your story. So that will be better. But if you're doing it yourself, like I said, you really have to have that knowledge of how to sell, how to have the marketing strategy, how it works, how the whole marketing system works, and that can be a real pickle. It's pretty hard. Well, I have my own company, and I did research about it. I studied a couple of years about it, so I know what the viewers will probably will know for. I also was interested in making movies. I had a background in making movies, and movies and books are very similar. It's all about the cover, right? If you go to a movie and you see a very cool poster, for me, that poster has to represent the entire movie, the feeling, the setting, with just that one image. It doesn't matter what kind of movie. If it's a, let's say, The Matrix, or just some recent movies like The Hunger Games that's coming out, or the Guardians of the Galaxy poster. They want to address the target audience they are going for, but also give a bit of a feeling, like the trailers, like the trailers of the movie, like they compress it in one single image. And that image has to represent the feeling that you get, the tone that you get, the genre that you get, the target audience you're going for. There are people that picking it up or looking at it and are thinking, no, that's not for me. So you really have to be careful where you're going for. I have a pretty good sense of marketing. I know what people are looking for, so I can take that into account. But let's say if I get published, I will probably listen to the guys who got more experience, because I don't have experience on the field of making manga. Not with publishing. I've never been published. I published in my country, but there was a totally different cover for that. It was a bit like the Shonen magazine. So there's also a difference, by the way. There's a difference if you're talking about the cover of the volume for your manga or the cover of your chapter. There's also two different things, because if you got Shonen Jump, that's the whole magazine. They pick out just the main known manga titles, like in Naruto. Like if you got Shonen Jump, you got Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, well, those kind of movies or manga titles. You got Bakuman and all that stuff. And yeah, that's a totally different thing, man. It's totally different. So if you're making a chapter, it will probably be it probably wouldn't be on the tankobon on the first volume. So it's probably to look at what's best for marketing strategy. So if you're going to a store and you see it lying somewhere, will the audience pick it up? The audience you're going for will pick it up. Will they pick it up? So you have to take that in effect. Yeah, that's basically it. That's basically how it goes. So if you got someone, and maybe a buddy of yours, who just graduated from marketing and sales or that kind of direction, you could ask him. You can ask him, hey, this is my target audience. Are you interested in reading my material? And he goes over it. And then you can ask him, hey, what do you think is best for placing the cover? And the same goes if you're going to get published. It's best to listen to the guys in charge. And of course, you can get your own opinion in it, because you have a lot more knowledge about what's going on later. So maybe that will have effect on the cover, and you have more feeling with your story and the setting and all that stuff. So you really have to communicate it out. So for his second question, and my other question is, if a manga has a more kind of serious plot, will it be too complicated for the readers to understand it? Well, that really depends. It's your job as a story writer to make it understandable for the audience. So if it's really if it's serious, it doesn't have to be complicated, because those are also two different things. If it's really serious and you think it's too serious on a kind of level that it will be more understandable for a older age, so maybe probably teenagers won't understand the jokes or won't understand the concept that's behind it. It's your job as a story writer to make it understandable. Yeah, that's basically it. And that's how the stories work. If you get too complex of a story and you just leave it at that, you just leave it complicated and chaotic or whatever, maybe a handful of people will probably know what you're talking about. But you really want to make it understandable for the whole audience, for all your viewers, for everything, for all your whole for the target audience you're going for. So yeah, it's your job as a story writer to create clearness, to make it all clear. So Agapi, thank you for your question. I hope I answered it that way.
If you like this video, then super smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to our How to BAM YouTube channel. It's a great way for staying updated for the latest shows and videos. If you also have a question about making manga that you want to be answered on our show, then send in your email to info@howtobam.com. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter for some great giveaways and prizes.